Hello everyone, Jonathan Casey here with Mercury's Messenger Astrology, here to talk about February 6th, 2020. So today on February 6th, we have the moon in Cancer opposing Jupiter in Capricorn. And these two are making an aspect to Neptune. Um, let's have a look at the chart and see what that's all about. Here we go. So here's the chart. We have the moon over here in Cancer at, well, here, let me move it forward a little bit. Because Jupiter is at 16, I believe, right? Oh no, I did have it. For some reason I was thinking, oops, not days. Let's go back to the 5th. There we go. So the moon at 14 degrees and Jupiter at 14, almost 15 degrees. And Jupiter is in sextile to Neptune. It's just over a 2-degree orb, so it's very close. They're tightening up, and the moon moves quick, so the moon will move into that 17th degree in just an hour or two, possibly. I think it moves that quick. So Neptune definitely has something to do with this, okay? And basically, I feel like what's going on is it's time to make the call on something. I'm using my tarot read for the day to basically come up with this analogy. Oops. Because the Jupiter's trying to expand, trying to grow something, and opposing the moon in Cancer. So there's a challenge. The moon is activating this challenge. There is an element of deception with Neptune there, an unclarity. So it is about, I feel, making a decision, making a call on something that we're not completely clear about. But nonetheless, needing to have faith, have trust in Jupiter's ability to expand and grow, and even Neptune, really, like Jupiter and Neptune were trined most of last year, and this year they're in sextile. Um, Now I feel very confused and deceived, and somewhat broken even by that aspect last year of its trine. But they say that, Jupiter expands and grows up to the limits of Saturn. Um, but beyond Saturn is Neptune, who just has there's no barriers to Neptune. He can just grow and grow and grow. So so there is an element of caution to take on that. We don't want to let our ideas get too big, but nonetheless, uh, we need to dream a little bit to really break that barrier, that restriction that Saturn creates on us. Um, so, feel it out. Um, get in touch with your intuition and allow that to guide you. Use last year's experience, um, because they were complementing each other last year, and this year they're in sextile. They're exciting each other uh, more. So last year it was probably, you know, um, enticing you to dream. You know, complementing that aspect, um, but not necessarily it coming true. You know, it was enticing you to do that. However, this year with the sextile is more exciting. Therefore, I feel uh, a little bit more real and substantial. Um, still, you know, there's that element of caution. Um, use that sensitive, intuitive uh, side of the moon in her own sign, helping her out too, to um, to feel out how you should proceed, sort of deal. Okay, so that's what I got in the chart for today. Now, oops, where is it? I should show you the picture first. Ooh, where's the picture? Oh, I thought I had the picture loaded. Alright, here we go. Picture. Sorry. Let me close that. There we are. Okay, so for today's cards, I drew the Wheel of Fortune and the telephone card. Okay, so this is what I wrote about that. So the February 6, 2020, the Wheel of Fortune and the telephone card. Wheel of Fortune. Good luck comes your way. This is the most positive outlook from this card. However, it represents the changing of directions, a dynamic mutation ultimately changing our perspective and orientation. On the horizon can be seen unexpected but positive events, favorable circumstances, and success, but one must not linger upon in order to avoid stagnation. If we do not continue to move, to be fluid and changeable like the wheel itself, we can find ourselves blocked in laziness, and that will make our situation even more precarious. Support new circumstances and face the changes in front of you at this time. Okay, the telephone card. It's time to make the call, a decision which requires a speedy reply. Making a connection, important news, discussion, and networking are all keywords relating to this card. Be cautious, however, as this card can also represent gossip or scandals. Be a little wary of fast talkers when discussing your financial matters. Okay, so the cards in unity. The wheels of time are turning. The hands on the clock are ticking, and a circumstance requires a quick decision. Make the call, act quick, and make that connection. Destiny and fate is calling you to make the move by networking and making connections needed. You might not see the fortune that awaits you, and you may never receive the blessings if you don't roll with the times. Dial into that circumstance in which blocks you and make the necessary changes so you will be prepared for the good news coming. That's what I have written. I feel it complements very well Jupiter. Jupiter being a benefic card, and it being about reward and abundance, and so it also rules the Wheel of Fortune card. So that's beautiful, a nice pull, I guess, in the deck, and the telephone makes us all feel a little closer to home. Um, it all has us connected to family and friends, which helps with the emotional security. There's that moon in Cancer. I feel like for some reason, I feel like the phone also has a connection to Neptune, which I'm not really sure what the connection really is. I just, for some reason, um, feel that. Anyhow, this is what the cards were saying. I also wanted to share with you guys. Oops. A friend of mine that I did a reading for, both an astrology and tarot reading. We made a barter. She's a glassblower. She's an old friend of mine out in New Denver, British Columbia. And she makes these beautiful marbles, galaxy marbles. You could see right here, I'm guessing maybe the moon or something, whichever planet you want to represent. And if you spin it, you'll see stars in the background. It's beautiful little artwork. This is how you can connect with her if you want to purchase something from her as well. Um, I also got a pendant from her. Um, I maybe should have taken a picture of it to share with you guys that as well. But the pendant, she encased a little tiny piece of ore that came from underground here in Sudbury. If you guys don't know, so I'm from Sudbury, Ontario, in Canada, and I have property on the lake, on the edge of Lake Wanapitei. So Sudbury is one of the rarest astrological events on Earth. Sudbury has been hit by two meteors. One meteor hit inside the crater of the other. So that's what makes Sudbury the rarest astrological event on Earth. And I'm not sure which one it is. I'd imagine the first meteor that struck Sudbury changed the world. It used to all be one landmass, and Sudbury was actually south of the equator on the edge of the ocean, and it was a southern ocean at the time. And when the meteor hit, at that time there was only single cell organisms, and it changed the planet. Now I look at, well, I shouldn't say I'm taking this from the Hopi. Looked at meteors, they call them kachinas, as spirit or consciousness. And so, in a metaphysical way, I look at the meteor that struck Sudbury as the spirit of life that struck the planet, transforming the planet for modern day consciousness to thrive. And this is where I live. And so a little piece of the ore, which was mined from basically the meteor, she encased in a pendant for me, which I feel has a lot of symbology, the events that happened here, and just a wonderful gift. I gifted her this piece of ore years ago, when she was passing through Sudbury, and I gave it to her as a memory, and I guess she just chiseled off a little piece and encased it in glass for me. So yeah, there's a little piece of history on where I'm from. Um, it's a magical place. It's really quiet, and I feel like there should be some great temple or something honoring this phenomenon. You know, this, you can look at the YouTube video. It will show you. It gives a description on. You know, I don't have internet right now. Otherwise, I'd show you um, on the event that took place here. And you know, maybe one of the reasons why there is no relic or whatever is because it's possibly kept secret. Now, what I mean by that is, I was saying what in yesterday's video about the rainbow and the rainbow serpent and being salty rainbows or whatever. Sudbury is known as the Rainbow District. Okay, so rainbow to me being a symbol of life, the rainbow is light um, with earth. You need the colors of, you need the reflection from earth and air, basically, and well, light being fire, uh, water. You know, basically, the rainbow is requires all four elements um, for it to happen. Uh, so um, us maybe being the fifth element, but yeah. So Sudbury is known as the Rainbow District. There actually are big stonemason lodges in town. We have what is known as the Bridge of Nations, which is a bridge downtown that is in the shape of a rainbow, and it has every flag from every country, or at least the participating colonial countries, um, all on this flag, all on this bridge, and you know, I feel like the medals even, yeah, here's something too. The medals from World War I and Two, for all the bullets and weapons, mostly came from here. The beams for the Twin Towers, I was told, also came from the medals here. Um, it's just really interesting. I feel like there was one other thing, uh, medals from here that contributed. Oh, the Hadron Collider. Most of the metals came from here, and and so this meteor that came to bring life, to change life on Earth, we have been using this life energy to actually destroy life. Um, but maybe that is the conscious. To me, it's perhaps. Don't get me wrong. On evil intent here. That's not what I mean. I kind of look at the world as an illusion, and it's more a school, I guess, you know. So we're being taught, we're bringing light to the darkness. We're elevating uh, the conscious perception of matter through going through these events. We learn from them at the same time, right? So uh, I personally try and stay out of conspiracy and any talk about Illuminati and all that kind of stuff. I kind of feel like we're all part of the Illuminati as we become illuminated, um, as we grow. Uh, I'm kind of getting lost on how I want to explain that. It's a deep, um, it's a deep perspective, I guess. It's one that requires you to detach from emotion, which I feel is what the Piscean age kind of is about. A lot of we have emotional attachments that have brought forth a lot of wars and arguments, and if we can let go of these emotional illusions that our hearts are tied to, we can often have an elevated perspective, which is Aquarius. So, yeah, I'm gonna end it here. I feel like I've kind of went all over the place in this video, and it's probably getting long enough. And I gotta sit outside somewhere, or yeah, maybe I'll go into a cafe, um, or sit outside the library is what I was gonna say to upload it. So anyhow, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye now.